John here at 400 miles, and this is a review of the 20-ounce handheld Nathan Speedmax Plus. As you can see, it fits nicely in the hand there, frees up the hand. This is good for when you're running downhill because you can use this to use the dexterity in your fingers to reach out and grab onto like trees and roots and things like that, so that you can still keep your stability. It's also got a little tie here, which all you need to do is pull on this here. And it tightens it up nicely, fits to any size hand. I have noticed that the further you get into a run, you do need to keep pulling on it, keep tightening it up, and make sure this sort of sits flush in the center. As you can see there, it's already started to go off to the right, and the more it slips to the right, eventually it can slip over and cause it to become loose. If you take off the lid, you've got a nice big entry point, perfect for racing. If you get to an aid station and they've got big barrels of water they sometimes have with ice in them or anything like that, what I do is I use the Tailwind Nutrition, which I reviewed just last week. You can check out the review on the channel. You can just tear the top of here, bangs in really quickly. I'll do this as I get towards an aid station, and then as I get into the aid station, I'll ditch my rubbish in a bin and get some water straight in there, bang it in, tap, or just plunge it in, fill it up, lid on, and move out. And that's really useful because I've got an Ultimate Direction hydration vest with some soft bottles in it, but I find that when I'm racing, sometimes filling those bottles on the move is really slow going. So this sort of speeds things up, definitely, I'd say, in a race situation. The other thing we've got here is we've got a really nice compartment. First of all, we've got sort of a meshy compartment. You can stick well, you could probably stick a gel in there. This probably wouldn't fit, but this Tailwind definitely fits in the main compartment, but it just needs to be tied in a bit. But you could fit anything like that, emergency ice card if you're out on a long run. You could even fit a very old small smartphone in there, which wouldn't be a bad idea if you were just doing like maybe a local 12-30 mile run, wanting to take your phone but don't want to carry it in your pockets. So that's nice. If we just unzip this compartment here with one hand, as I don't have a tripod yet, you can see it's turned again into 2 or 3 different compartments. A main larger compartment, which, as I said, you can squeeze the tail within, so anything sort of this sort of size will squeeze down into that shape. But there's also a separation compartment there, so if you wanted to put maybe gel underneath or empty gel underneath and fresh gel on top, or some plasters or anything like that, you can fit that in there. So that's a nice little touch. This whole thing comes off and can be washed separately, the whole bit that wraps your hand in it, which is really useful. Just stick it in the microwave or microwave. You can stick this in the washing machine, or you can even wash it by hand. So you can stop it from smelling, because you can imagine after doing your long run, this sort of thing can start smelling. I also really like the colour combination that Nathan have gone through on this one. It's really different, sort of the chartreuse or high visibility green with the blue, and a little touch of the orange on the zip there, which is obviously the classic Nathan colour, orange. I got this from Amazon. I'll put a link in the description of where I got it from, Amazon UK, and again, it came really quickly. The bottle itself also is a really nice weight. Like, it's not too weighty. It's kind of soft. It's not like a full-on soft bottle, but it's got like these soft sides here. It feels quite nice in the hand. The only thing I will say is if you take it out, make sure you put it in the right way around, because I made a mistake and one side bulges out more than the other to fit the sort of contours of your hand, and if you have it the wrong way around, it feels really uncomfortable. So just make sure you do that. The only thing I'm a bit concerned about is the longevity of this, how long will it last. I can see myself snapping this at some point, but I think the amount of miles I do with these sort of gear, as long as I can get, say, I don't know, a year out of a bottle like this, I'd probably be quite happy. And I definitely think, looking at the stitching, it's going to last a year. So my final verdict on the Nathan 20-ounce Speedmax Plus handheld bottle is, if you're looking for something which is quick and easy to use when going through aid stations, perfect. For longer distance stuff, you're still going to want to carry a couple of bottles up front alongside this, because 20 ounces might seem like a lot when you're going out on your local route where you know where you're going, but if you start to drag out these longer races with navigation, 20 ounces isn't actually that much. You probably could do with a Camelback, this, maybe 2 bottles up front and this, and just mix it up and top it up on the move. It's fairly lightweight. Once you get moving, there's not too much sloshing about, but you sort of get used to the weight in your hand, and it feels quite good actually after a while to sort of have it. It almost feels like you can drive whichever hand you choose to have it in. But I would recommend that you switch hands every so often, just to avoid those sort of strains on either side of the body, because even something as little as this, if it's on one side of your body for a full day, you can start to overcompensate on other parts of your body, which can cause injuries. So definitely keep switching it around from hand to hand. Another thing I'd say to do is make sure you wash it regularly, wash the valve, because I found with all these bottles, Camelbacks, the Ultimate Direction soft bottles, the Salomon soft flasks, all of them, if you don't wash these regularly after your run, that's when they start to gunk up and cause problems and go gammy, and you don't want that really, or even start to leak. Nathan Speedmax Plus, 2016-17, great bottle.